ダジャーハオ。こんにちは。Good afternoon,
こんに
everyone.
ちは。こんにちは。
こんにちは。Everyone in Good afternoon, everyone in Django High School. I am Toshiharu Endo, the principal of 会津学校 High School. I am glad to have this interaction with you today. It is very exciting that we can get to know each other and exchange opinions, although we are more than 2,000 kilometers away. I am grateful to the principal and teachers of Jango High School for cooperation. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Lastly, I hope the students from both schools understand each other and make a good friendship through this online meeting, overcoming the differences in language and culture. Thank you. どうもありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。
Thank you. So, next, Chanko High School's principal, please.
皆さん、こんにちは。Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhang Zhijun, the school principal of Jianguo High School. First of all, I am very glad to speak on behalf of Jianguo High School and to meet our friends from Aizu Gakuho High School online. Wish you a great afternoon filled with creativity, fun, and words, and hope you can learn from each other and make new friends during the program. Also, since the situation seems to be getting better and better, I believe that in the near future, we will be able to visit each other and meet in person. Thank you.
Thank you. Then, next, let's introducing each school, each country. First, Aizgakho High School's introducing.
来ないぞ。いや。あ。
されましたかね。
本当だ。何になってないのJapanese mom? Japanese mom? Okay, awesome. Okay.
Can you see our presentation?
Yes.
Yes. ハロー、やっぱりさ、別に。
Hello.
My name is Shoei. Please call me Sho. I like sushi very much.
My name is Yuta Hashimoto. Please call me Yuta. I like tennis and I'm a member of tennis club.
My name is Sora. Please call me Sora. I like soccer. Nice to meet you.
We will tell you about our city, our school, and our culture. We want you to know Japan, so we'll be happy that you listen to our speech.
Do you know Japan?
Yes.
Look at this. This is Japan. Japan is island. We live in Fukushima Prefecture. The population of Fukushima is about 1.8 million and the area is 30,780 square kilometers, which is one-third of Taiwan. When we divide Japan into 7 areas, Fukushima is categorized as Tohoku area. Tohoku area is colder than other areas of Japan, and it snows on flat ground in winter. It snows heavily, especially in Fukushima.
Our school is in Aizu. Aizu has a lot of fascinating things. For example, we have Tsurugajo. It was built in 1384. We can see beautiful cherry blossoms around the castle in spring. At night, we can see beautiful castle. Please look at this picture. And we can learn the history of Aizu in the castle. Now look at this object. This is Akabeko, which is an artifact made in Aizu. What animals does this look like?
Pig.
No,
This is cow. One of the city in Aizu was damaged by earthquake. Then the townspeople didn't know how to bring some wood. They must rebuild a temple and some house. Then a lot of red cows were coming, and they helped to rebuild the city. This story originates about Akabeko. Now, Akabeko was made for protecting children. When we touch Akabeko, it shakes its head from top to bottom.
Our school, Ice Gakko, is a combined junior and senior high school. Our school will have been around for 100 years next year. About 640 students go to school. Our school's emblem uses phoenix as a motif. We have 7 classes in a day, and each class is 50 minutes. Our school has a lot of clubs. Athletic clubs include tennis, badminton, basketball, track and field, swimming, etc. Also, there are culture clubs which include instrumental music club, chorus club, ensemble club, drama club, calligraphy club, science club, etc. And there are Kyudo, Japanese archery, Naginata, long-handled sword, Kendo, Japanese fencing clubs, which are all traditional Japanese martial arts. Thank you for listening.
thank you. Next, Chanko High School's introducing.
Hello everyone. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Zhang Haoyun. You can call me Kumo. And following, I will give you a simple introduction of Taiwan and Taipei. Okay. First, where is Taiwan? Taiwan is located at southwest of Japan, and it takes at least 7 hours to go to Taiwan from Aizu Gakho High School. And if you have the chance to visit Taiwan, there are two things you have to see. One of them is the delicious food, and the other is the amazing nature. Speaking of nature, we have to talk about the Taroko Qingshui Cliff. And there are a lot of people who visit there just to see the magnificent view and the great Pacific Ocean. Next is Yushan, as the highest mountain in Taiwan. It has a special meaning to Taiwanese people, just like the Fuji Mountain to the Japanese people. Next, we'll talk about the delicious food in Taiwan. The top left is pig's blood cake. We take pig's blood and mix it with rice and steam it. And we cover it with peanut powder. And the bottom left is boba tea. As the origin of boba tea, Taiwan has hundreds of kinds of boba tea you can choose. And the top right is stinky tofu. For someone who hasn't tasted this food, the smell of stinky tofu might be very strange, but once you try it, I believe you will love it. The bottom right is mango ice. It is one of the most popular desserts in summer at Taiwan. Okay, next we'll talk about Taipei. In the left, this is the rhododendron. It is the city flower of Taipei. And there are a few famous places you have to visit if you come to Taipei. The bottom right is the Taipei International Airport. And it might be the first place you come to when you come to Taipei. And the top left is Taipei 101. As the highest building in Taiwan, there are a lot of shops and places you can visit there. And the bottom left is the National Palace Museum. It has over 600,000 exhibitions in there. In the top right is the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. And it is next to Jianguo High School. Okay, and last we'll talk about our high school, Jianguo High School. First of all, it's called, at the beginning, it's called Jianguo, Chienkuo High School. And because of the policy of the Ministry of Education, it became Jianguo, Jianguo High School. Okay, and next, we'll invite my partner to give you an introduction of our school.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Li Yuanhuan, or you may just call me Anderson. I'm going to present the introduction of Jianguo High School. Here are the contents to be presented. The school badge is always the official symbol of the school. Our badge contains Jianzhong and Taipei. Jianzhong is the abbreviation for the school name in Chinese. The character right in the middle, Tai, as well as Jianzhong, is surrounded by the outer version of the character Bei. The 4 Chinese characters on the top is our school motto, 勤朴诚勇. which means to be diligent, plain, honest, and courageous. Students are expected to live by the motto. Our school's khaki uniform is distinct from other schools in Taiwan. The color khaki was first adopted on our school uniforms in 1936 with concern for the upcoming war. As the war came, most schools in Taiwan started to adopt the khaki uniforms. They were still very common even after the war. In the 1980s, the government allowed each school to design their own uniforms, and many of the schools have changed their uniforms since then, but our school's khaki uniform remains till today. Both the uniform and the color khaki have become symbolic of Jianguo High School. Now the students are also allowed to go to school in sportswear or their own clothes, as you can see in this picture. Our school has a quite long history dating back to the late 19th century in the period of Japanese rule. The school was founded in 1898. Due to the increase in the number of the students, the school was relocated to the current address in 1908. The name of our school has also been changed several times. It was once named Taipei First High School. After the retrocession of Taiwan, our school got the name Jianguo, which means to establish a country. It indicates the then government's political ambition. And finally, in 1967, it was renamed as Taipei Municipal Jianguo High School, which is the name that we are still using. This is a photo of the school from above. As soon as you enter the gate, you'll see the oldest building of the school, the Red Chamber. The Western-style building was completed in 1909. It was initially used as classrooms. However, now it serves as a building of conference rooms and administration offices. It was severely damaged by the air raid during World War II, so it has experienced multiple renovations. In 1998, the Red Chamber was categorized as a municipal historic site in light of its historical value and significance. The next one is the newest building of the school, the Dream Red Building, and the L-shaped building is the Resource Building. The building beside that is the Science Building. There are many classrooms for different subjects and 2 auditoriums in the Dream Red Building, and the Resource Building includes many computer classrooms and the school library. The Science Building is where we carry out experiments. There are laboratories of chemistry, biology, and physics. The next one is Gewu Building, and the other is Student Activity Center. Gewu Building is especially for non-academic subjects, such as music, art, and living technology. The Student Activity Center, there are a table tennis room, swimming pool, and so on. The rest of the buildings are all used as general classrooms or teachers' offices. Here is the Ziqiang Building, and the one on the other side is Mingdao Building. They both function as classrooms for 10th graders. And the 3 connected buildings behind the Red Chamber are Zhengyi Building, Zhuangjing Building, and Zhizhi Building. Zhengyi Building and Zhizhi Building both function as classrooms, and Zhuangjing Building are used for offices and conference room. Beside all these buildings, there is also much space for sports, including basketball courts, tennis courts, and volleyball courts. One of the most well-known varsity team of the school is the rugby team, and they usually practice in the sports field. Here's a typical school schedule of mine. The first class starts at 8:10 and the last ends at 4 p.m. I'll introduce some of the special curriculums of our school. The 10th graders have second language class once a week. The student can choose to learn Japanese, French, Spanish, German, or Latin. Among the 5 options above, Japanese is the most popular one. You might be wondering why people want to learn Latin, since it is a dead language and no longer in use. In fact, Classical languages like Latin play important parts when coining new words, especially scientific or medical terms. Students who are interested in these fields will likely choose to study Latin. In the inquiry and practice class, we have to carry out an experiment with teammates. At the end of the semester, we need to give a presentation based on the result of our experiment. And we learn to look up the literature, do an experiment, and deal with data. We have this class throughout the school year. In one semester, we have the inquiry and practice class of chemistry and biology. In another, we learn physics and earth sciences. Here are a few photos of my works. In the two photos on the left side, we dye the fabric in both chemical and natural methods. In the picture in the upper right corner, we made a simple speaker with materials that we can easily acquire. Every Wednesday afternoon, we have 3 periods of self-directed learning. We can work on whatever we want. Some students make use of time to study or do assignments. Others pick a topic that they're interested in, such as a new language or computer programs, and they created a personal learning plan. Another option is to take courses. For example, I participated in a program in which we teach the elementary school students in remote areas via the internet. Extracurricular activities are also considered an important aspect of school life in our school. So there are nearly 70 clubs in our school. They can be sorted into 5 main categories: academic, sporting, musical, technical, and service. The students can participate in more than 2 clubs. And the pictures above are just a few examples. There are much more options. Compared with others, students in our school have much more freedom. We're allowed to order food delivery or eat out during the lunch break, as long as we manage to come back on time. The school trusts the students and expects us to cultivate self-discipline. So we have these 4 main options when we choosing what to eat. Thank you for listening. I hope you have all known Jianguo High School better and that you can pay the visit this year. It will be our pleasure to take you around the school in person.
Thank you. Does anyone have questions? If so, please raise your hand. Okay, let's go next.
Next time, let's play a game to deepen our relationships. So, Shoei, please explain the game.
It's sudden, but we are going to give you some quizzes now. You have 2 to 4 options for each question. You have 20 seconds to discuss of the answer. After 20 seconds, please show the answer's number with your finger. There are 13 quizzes in total. Please count the number of correct answers by yourself. After the quizzes, please write how many questions you answered correctly in chat. Do you have any questions? So let's start quiz. First, let's see an example.
Which of the following is Japan? Which of the following is Japan? Please discuss. Is it easy? The answer is 1. First, which of the following is the national flag of Japan? Which of the following is the national flag of Japan? The answer is 2. Which of the following is the main diet of Japan? Which of the following is the main diet of Japan? The answer is 3. How old is the adult age in Japan? How old is the adult age in Japan? Two. The answer is 3. In Japan, the ceremony is held for people who became 80 years old every year. This picture is Yokohama coming of age ceremony. Which side of the road do we drive in Japan? Which side of the road do we drive in Japan? The answer is 1. In Japan, an animal says nya nya. What is the animal? In Japan, an animal says nya nya. What is the animal? The answer is 1. 1 says nya nya. 2 says kon kon. 3 says boo boo. 4 says me me. Sorry. In Japan, there is a culture in which we raise a flag using fish as a motif on May 5th. What is the fish? In Japan, there is a culture in which we raise a flag using fish as a motif on May 5th. What is the fish? In Japan, this is called koinobori. Sorry. Flag. できたかな? The answer is 4. What kind of food is Napolitan? What kind of food is Napolitan? The answer is 2. Which is the following is hiyashi chuka? Which is the following is hiyashi chuka? The answer is 4. In Japan, if we eat something while walking outside, we will be arrested. Truth or false? In Japan, if we eat something while walking outside, we will be arrested. Truth or false? The answer is 2. What kind of meat is cherry meat? What kind of meat is cherry meat? The answer is 2. What food is contained in takoyaki? What food is contained in takoyaki? The answer is 3. Which is the population of Tokyo? Which is the population of Tokyo? The answer is 1. Last question to you. Last question. Present of Japanese men who are more than 50 years old have a hairstyle called top knot. Truth or false? Present of Japanese men who are more than 50 years old have a hairstyle called top knot. Truth or false? The answer is 2.
Please write how many questions you answered correctly in chat.
Winner is Wells and Justin. Congratulations.
That's all of our quiz. Next, Chanko High School, please.